Okay. So congratulations, Dhruv. We are really happy on your accomplishment.
Thank you.
Again, you are going with one of the best branches, EECS in UC Berkeley. That's a dream of many students, and you have finally achieved it. So many congratulations on behalf of Masterclass Space team. And just from your own side, we would like to know how do you introduce yourself. So please put a good introduction.
Yeah. So my name is Dhruv. I'm from California. I've been in California my whole life. And, I grew up in San Diego and then moved to LA, in third grade. I finished school here, elementary, middle, high school. And, I applied to all of the UCs, hoping that I would get admission somewhere. And, fortunately enough, I was able to be offered admission to Berkeley. So I guess that's the next step in my life. We'll see where it goes from here. So, yeah.
Good. Okay. So, how was your journey of preparation? Was it really exciting, or you were under stress?
I think it was definitely stressful for the most part throughout high school, for me at least. For me, I'm somebody who things don't really come that easily to me, at least in terms of like academics and things like that. So I really needed to put in like extra effort, more than most of my other friends and peers, because I knew I wanted to do well. So, I mean, it wasn't stressful to the point where I felt discouraged because I always knew what I wanted. But I think just hard work was what made it stressful, but it was more of a good kind of stress, right? I knew I was working towards something, and that's what allowed me to keep going through the stress. And I think that is the best way that can summarize my journey. Yeah.
Good. Fine. So you have been part of us for 5 to 6 months, I think, in fact more. So how did Masterclass Space help you in your preparation and all other things?
Yeah, so I actually came to Masterclass first for physics. And at that point of time, I was kind of I was still debating on what I wanted to do in college. I knew I wanted to do something STEM related, so whether it was computer science or engineering or like bioengineering, I wasn't really sure. I kind of just took physics masterclass to explore physics and see whether I liked it or not. And masterclass really helped me figure out that I enjoyed physics, mechanics problems, and that kind of led me down this whole path of pursuing engineering even in college. So I think Masterclass really helped me develop that interest and passion for engineering that I have now that I'm going to be pursuing in college. So
Good. So how much is it important to get a score of SAT or ACT?
So initially when I took it after my sophomore year in high school. At that point of time, it was extremely important. It was a massive part of our application. And but I think now after COVID, I think UCs at least are thinking of completely eliminating it, even in future years. So I'm honestly not sure how much the ACT and SAT are important on college apps now. I think at least for the next few years, it would still be good to take it just because it's another thing that you can have. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen in the next upcoming years. So, yeah.
Correct. Good point. So just from your point of view, want to know for students who want to go to college with scholarship, what would you recommend to high school students who are aspiring to get into college with scholarship? I mean, how should they prepare their profile and everything?
So I think with scholarships, especially big scholarships that schools directly offer to students, are mainly based on your GPA. At least scholarships that schools directly provide. There are other scholarships that you can apply for outside of school, and those might ask you for separate things like your extracurriculars or your interests. But the main big scholarships that provide like half tuition, full tuition from a lot of these big schools are mainly based on your academic performance in high school. So I would say if you were looking for those big scholarships, keeping up your GPA is your number one thing. Trying to stay in the top 10%, 5% of your class when it comes to GPA. So even if that means taking less APs and still having a higher GPA, that would definitely be a lot better for getting these big scholarships. So I would just say be really strategic with the classes that you take throughout high school. Don't blindly take like AP or IB classes that would boost your weighted GPA, but let your unweighted GPA suffer. Because I think most of these scholarships, like the half tuition, full tuition scholarships, are all based on your GPA in high school. So yeah.
So APs they play a big role basically.
Yeah, I mean APs are great. You get an extra point on your weighted GPA for APs, but if you get a B, that isn't gonna affect your unweighted GPA any differently. A B is still a B in an AP class for your unweighted GPA, and I think that's what most of these colleges look for when giving scholarships.
So do you feel that the AP physics, which you got 5 on 5, it has helped you in getting UC Berkeley and in the admission process?
Passing an AP test should be like a mandatory if you're looking to get into a good school. But I don't think any of your AP scores actually matter much in terms of your decision unless you fail the test. Mainly AP classes are just for getting credit in college, right?
Yes.
It's just expected that you take the test if you take that AP course in school. Because it might look bad on you if you don't take the test after you take the course. But I don't think your score, whether it be a 3, 4, or 5, necessarily affects your decision. It might be a deciding factor when you're being compared to another student specifically, when you guys have all the same stats. In that scenario, having a better score would definitely be better.
All right. Okay. Good. So finally, you have already covered a lot of long distance. So what is your final or ultimate goal of your life?
So for the longest time, I've been extremely passionate about robotics. I always know that I've been wanting to go into robotics. I'm not sure from which aspect of robotics, whether it be computer science, working hardware, actually working on building the robot, designing the robot. I'm not sure what yet, but I've always been interested in robotics that can help driving like autonomous vehicles into the future, right? So I've been really like up to date with SpaceX and Elon Musk and Tesla, and all of these other like smaller companies are trying to create their own self-driving cars, and I think that is something that I'm extremely intent on working on. I know in the future years that's going to be transferred to the space industry as well, right? With SpaceX is launching shuttles now that can go to Mars and come back. So that's something that I'm really excited to be working on because I really see a future in that. So yeah, I think right now working on a big project possibly in the future that could really help like the human race as a whole is my ultimate goal for now.
God bless. Really appreciable because see the aim you have that is called different, and you must be. We wish that you should get that.
Yeah.
Good, very good. So, through your origin, so basically your base comes from India, and yes. I believe you must have been to India also.
Yeah.
So, any plans in future you would like to contribute to this country in some way?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm proud of being from India, and I'd like to do big things, and people recognize that I'm from India, and I know a lot of people from India right now everybody regards them as really like smart, especially in the United States. But I really want to drive that further, and I know that a lot of people in India are looking to come here as well. I know a lot of cousins, and I really think that doing well and coming to a college like Berkeley or any other good college really gives you all those opportunities to work on things that can get you far in life. So, yeah, I'm just really excited for other Indians to come from India, whether it be for masters, bachelors, whatever. I just think it's really great that we're doing this. So.
Oh, nice to hear, really. So you are really pure like Indians and Indian culture. So your purity toward Indians and Indians community is really appreciable once again. So we wish your all wish should be granted.
Anything else, Hassan, you would like to ask, by the way?
I believe that he has already covered everything and he has already explained everything. So now it's fine. And this is sufficient knowledge. By the way, one last question, let me ask.
Yeah.
That any recommendation or suggestion for the students who want to come into the race and who want to go as you are going ahead?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is try not to focus on what everybody's doing. I know there's a lot of like hype around certain activities or certain clubs or taking certain classes. In the end, a lot of those classes might be useful, and I'm not saying don't take classes that other people take, but this whole thing is about making your own journey, right? You're exploring your passion. You're not doing what everybody else is doing. So I just say don't. I know it's hard, but don't get influenced by the common population as for what you should do in preparation for college or whatever you're trying to prepare for. It's really about just exploring your own passion. I would say that's the biggest thing.
Good. So let me ask one more question back to back, related to the same one. That any message that you want to convey to the new generation?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So any message that you want to convey to new generation, or any suggestion you have, final suggestion in one sentence that should be like code.
Yeah. I'd say just try building your portfolio all geared towards one subject that you are passionate about. Having a lot of aimed efforts at one specific thing is a lot more valuable than having multiple like unrelated activities on your portfolio.
All right. Best of luck and best wishes once again.
That was very mature interview, and it feels like apart from physics and all these things, Dhruv has got to know the secret of life. He has become spiritual. Good. So thank you so much, Dhruv, for coming, and congratulations once again from us.
Thank you.
Enjoy your college time. Be in touch.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.